Hi guys. I'm a little exhausted today. So that's what's going on with that. And YouTube was a little glitchy, so I couldn't get on live right away. So I hope you all are doing well. And wherever you are. Since I'm just feeling really worn out, and I assume maybe a lot of you are feeling really worn out as well. I'm just going to start tonight with a short meditation. I know you guys, some of you guys have sent me personal messages. If you guys just want to jump onto the live stream chat, if that works for you, then I can see like who I'm reading for, and you're kind of like getting your energy in the mix. But first of all, I just want you guys to take a couple deep breaths. And as you inhale, just visualize you're inhaling through your heart chakra, and just inhaling like fresh forest air or just wind, fresh, clean wind. And let that fill you. And as you exhale, just really kind of scan your body and any places that are in pain or any places that are kind of not feeling the best. If you could just exhale that out like a dark cloud on your exhale. So let's just ground a little bit and do that. And you can do that as long as you need to. Also, if you could just imagine roots coming out of your root chakra, which is right actually where tailbone is. It's usually depicted as red. If you just visualize roots coming from that chakra into Mother Earth, and you can also just exhale any heavy energies through that as well. Now, I don't know how you guys are doing. I was doing really well most of the week. I try and keep my energy really up. But it's just, I'm here with my kids, and there was some other side, everyone's got life that still has to go on in the quarantine. So things got really heavy. So I'm actually glad I am online tonight, because whatever energy I can put out to you guys is kind of like a release for me, and it kind of like really recharges me. And I'm just going to do a quick bell as well to just kind of clear any energies that you guys have. Now, as you hear the bell, just imagine breathing the sound of the bell in and really get that higher vibration through your body. So you can just really get rid of any negative or harsh energies you might be having for whatever reason. And just it's a good clearing, especially if I'm going to do a reading for you or do a channel for you. The heavier energies kind of keeps that channel from being so clear. So if you do want to ask a question, that'll help as well. Well, that was a nice light one. And I did want to send out a thanks to everybody who is out in the public sector right now having to work. A lot of us, are inconvenienced, but we are able to stay home and just like run out quickly. But there's a lot of people, from the people that work at your local grocery store or your gas station to all the public health workers that are really overworked and overstressed at this time. If we could just keep them in our minds and our hearts as well, that would be great. Just because they're literally heroes. Like even the people that are like cleaning the hospitals right now. Like, think of the risks that they are really putting themselves through to do their job. So really, it's just like a divine path right now for all those people. So I think I'm going to start off with just a general message for the collective. You might hear my kids in the background. They're in the other room because, of course, mom's exhausted, but they don't want to sleep right now. So, oh, and I'm trying to nurse myself with chamomile tea. So sorry, guys. Angel Spirits Guides, could I please get a collective message tonight for anybody who needs to hear it? Angel Spirits Guides. Angel Spirits Guides. Angel Spirits Guides, please. Oh, clearly. And a huge shout out to the healing master of empathy and love, Jesus, because it's kind of his weekend. Like, I love Easter and all. And it's, not about his death, but about his life, but still, give credit. And for me personally, okay, at one point I didn't know angels were a thing. I certainly encourage you to connect with any higher source, whatever name, whatever, shape that takes. But lately I do know, for me at least, Archangel Michael has been coming through a lot, as well as Archangel Gabriel for healing. So I'm just gonna give thanks to those two. Oh, and the Mother Mary, which is weird too. I mean, but I'm very appreciative. And she's been around to kind of help me with my home life and like with the kiddos lately. Although I did ask for help from Ganesha earlier in the week to remove obstacles in my way because, 6 arms, multitasking, that's like, what moms usually are. But I don't know, maybe Ganesha's too much for me. Maybe that's why I'm exhausted at this point. All right. Angel Spirits, Guides, Spirit Source Universe, we ask for your energies to impart into all of the readings tonight and any messages I need to give. We invite only light and love into this reading and whatever is for the best and good of the people concerned. Thank you. All right. And of course, my guide. I always got my mom with me. We got something here. I was told to take it right away. All right, and that does make a lot of sense. For people that know, these are actually oracle cards that my children did some painting on, and then I just channeled the message from them. And I can actually only hold half the deck at a time because I got a hand thing, but whatever. Angel Spirits Guides, please, any collective message at this time. Angel Spirits Guides, please, any collective message at this time. And I know I'm getting some personal messages about how people don't know how to get into the chat room if they don't have like a YouTube ID. I don't really know either. And some people just don't want like their privacy. I think you just sign in with your your Google account works. But there's a way to be like I can't see who's on there. I can't see your identity when you pop up here. So just make up any name. Okay. All right. Let me just get this first message out for the collective. All right. This is the first one that came out. Talks about just everybody maybe feeling really confused, maybe no movement clearly where none of us are in movement right now. False certainty in things, like things you thought that you knew for a fact, maybe you're questioning now. And it's just talking about lack of movement, which is also matches this card of no progress right now. So I know a lot of us are feeling stuck, disrupted, like sometimes you feel like you're not actually in touch with like your higher self or your guides, or you're not being led. But what I'm hearing from this is actually when you're feeling like that, that is a sign that you actually need to recharge, and that's kind of what this time is about. Is taking the time to recharge and process through all the stuff you're going through. I'm like, I'm going to be truthful. I didn't really want to come on here tonight, but I thought that when I release energy and I do things for other people, it actually makes me feel a lot better. So and maybe that'll help you as well today. I also was able to like drop off a sub sandwich with my dad today, which really excites me because I haven't been able to see him in a while. And he had like a Facebook thing set up, but then he doesn't know how to like use it because I've been like leaving him this messages, and I'm like, why isn't my dad calling me back? Why can't I have coffee with my dad? So I got him a sub, and I just bought a alcohol. And I made the kids stay in the car, and I sprayed like the outside of the subway thing, and then I had like a mask on, and I was like, okay, I can't get my dad sick. Like I've been out in the public, he's like at high risk, so I sprayed the like handle before I went in. Like my little cousin is sitting at the table, and I'm like spraying my mask with alcohol, and I'm like, here, Dad, like it's totally safe and germ free. Then as I'm going out, like I realized, oh my gosh, you can't actually breathe when you have alcohol fumes on your mask. But I just like so, wanted to just see him. So it was worth it. But I had to get out of the house quickly because I actually could breathe. So it was worth it. And to see my little niece. So. Maybe, there's just something like that you could do, like that would give you a little bit of happiness. So I know my daughter's been writing letters to her dad, and that makes her feel better. Even though I do spray down I just don't want people to get sick. So I spray down the letter with alcohol, even though I know we're super careful. Probably more careful than him, but, and then people touch it along the way. But whatever, it's so maybe there's some way that you could reach out or some way to express this right now. This is really a time of releasing any heaviness and really learning how to deal with that heaviness. I know if you're in a situation, where you have a lot of responsibility and you have a lot to take care of, it can be hard to find those moments just for yourself. Like I have a 6-year-old that is actually going crazy right now. Like I feel bad for him, but I can't he's like, he's a little boy, and we do get outside, but he is just like constant, like all day, like wants me to go to the bathroom with him right now too. Like, so I understand that he's like feeling uprooted, but that is really hard on a caregiver too. So maybe if you know somebody that's a caregiver, like I just, my sister lives with my dad, so I'm like really, thinking about like, well, I wonder if they need anything. Like, is there anything I could do to like help relieve that? Because they got to worry about their stuff and taking care of my dad too. So if there's a caretaker in your life, or if there's caretakers in your community, you could find ways to make it easier on them, or just like saying thank you to them would probably help a lot as well. I did have somebody, no, I'm not sure who it's for, but when I was thinking about doing this stream tonight, I had uh, a channel come through. It's almost like when when spirits know that you're going to be accessible. I feel like I put up a big antenna, and um, if time is relative, so spirit knows what's going on. But if spirit thinks that you're going to be accessible, they'll actually have messages come through. Um, so I did have somebody, I think it was a pair of parents with the initials A and F, and I think they had crocuses in their front yard and something to do with, I thought they were looking for a sandy, but it might have been a sandy beach because they were talking about sandy beaches too. And the male figure would have smelled like cedar. He would have a really woodsy scent, and maybe he also something about jack pines, like he had jack pines on the property, or he built things with jack pine, like little things around the house, or he was lumberjack. So if anyone makes it to this and that relates to you, I really feel like it was a mom and dad. They want to say that they are so, so proud, like so, so proud of you and what you're doing right now. So, all right, let's see. Anything else for the collective here? Yeah, and it's just another one about not having mental clarity right now. And how we all need to nurture ourselves. So since nobody's kind of people are having problems with the chat, and I did problems going online tonight, so I could understand that. I'm just going to finish up with the general message. I might be doing some readings for cuspers later, because I guess cuspers feel left out. I'm kind of a cusper, so I understand. I get it. All right. So anything else for the general collective? I think our message is like go take a relaxing bath or something. Like go somehow nurture yourself. Like don't do anything. Yeah, we got it. Spend some time with kids, or maybe get some help with your kids. Energies are really slow moving right now because I think we're all exhausted. Maybe we're having problems right now releasing some harsh feelings that we've had to others or even to ourselves, and I can vouch for that. I actually think this whole like thing that I'm going through right now actually has to do with when you're communicating with somebody, they don't really know what's going on in your life. And I had some snappy words that I shouldn't have said to somebody that's not the kindest to me, but still, like, I try and be nurturing and not reactive. But I almost thought about contacting that person again before this, thinking just like maybe that's why I feel bad, because when you do leave things like out like that, it can really, like, you don't even know, but it really brings your energy down, and like probably brings theirs down too. And I'm an empath, so I'm not really sure if this is like my energy of feeling exhausted, or like someone around me's energy, or the collective's energy in general. But I just know that it's probably a time to to heal. So I doubt that person will be watching that, but I will say, I'm sorry, it was so snappy. Oh my god, I'm exhausted too. Yeah, and it just looks like, find peace and everywhere in your life right now. And that will help a lot. My children are being so quiet for me. They're just being so good right now. I can't believe it. All right. I know some people might be going through some hard passings. I know my really close friend, someone just passed away tonight, and his wife was actually got corona, so he was like, I can feel that she's really upset because she's like, he died alone, but like I can feel, like I know in my heart that people never die alone, and it's not only from my experience. Um, my grandpa's brother, like his whole family, like he named all these cousins off before he passed away, that the family didn't even know existed until they did the genealogy of it. And they have recordings of him. And when my mom passed away, she woke up and talked about, it was like 4 in the morning, and she talked about how bright the lights were. Nobody, not right now. All right, that's one of my little kids. So I can guarantee you that nobody passes along. You've always got your ancestors and your family and guides and spirits and angels that kind of help you along. Buddy, you can't be on the live. I know. Just give me a kiss. Okay, go back to bed. No, I don't know what you do. So everyone's got a group that shows up for them, and I know that's sometimes doesn't help, but if you just ask to be shown that, or ask to be given some confirmation that they made it home okay, they will certainly bring that to you. So I just think we should do maybe a quick prayer for everybody that is dealing with that right now, or for those that are making it home right now. God, source, spirit, guides, angels. A lot of people are going home right now from sickness or from ill health, and we just ask that you show up to them as we know that you will, and you just wrap them in the brightest of light as they transcend to home, and also that you wrap their families in just a lot of comfort and reassurance, and come to them and let them know that their loved one is being taken care of, and that they are being led home, and that as soon as they are ready, their loved one will come to them in a way they will understand. But please know that, please let the families know that that loved one is always, always with you. Whenever you think of them, whenever a song pops up, whenever you feel their energy or smell them, that is literally a sign from their loved one that did pass, that they are right there with them. So, and if you guys have anybody in particular that you want to think of right now, that would be great. I'm getting like super truth chills, and that just like really actually made my energy a lot better. So maybe that is what I needed to come on here and do today. I see my live chat is frozen. I just go with it at this point. So I think for tonight, I am probably done. I am getting drawn to this universe card that I got. Maybe somebody needs that. I did give it to somebody just last week. So I know a lot of us are feeling really defragmented, really like we're buried under all this heavy stuff right now. Just really like down with the rocks and the earthworms, and like there's no movement, like there's nothing that we can do. But the universe wants you to know that we're all being held here, because things are being prepared for us. So it's not like no movement, even though maybe we feel that no movement is happening. Um, but things are happening in the spirit realm. Um, we're all healing. We're all becoming better people, um, to make way for this new world that we have coming. Um, I know a lot of people are getting a lot more signs from their guides, a lot more dreams, a lot more communication and activity. And I'm not like an ESP person. I'm not like I can't read people's minds, but I do have the gift of reassuring people by connecting to their loved ones that passed, but also seeing the big cycles. And I get messages about that, more than like little cycles. So it's my understanding from spirit, uh, that this is a time, um, as I've said before, that um, we all have all these hurts that have held us back. So this is a time that we're all, kind of being forced to deal with those and really purge those, and really take care of those hurts, because um, like you would be surprised how many fights and disagreements and just like holding back of love and just like toxicity in relationships actually comes from people not being healed or not dealing with those feelings, that are deep inside. And I know many, many are dealing with like issues from childhood right now, which is really hard, but like beautiful at the same time. That there's a whole group of people dealing with um, like abandonment issues right now, or as we all deal with like abandonment issues, like there's a certain group that's dealing with that really heavy right now. But as I understand that group, regardless of your beliefs, um, my beliefs are that we all choose our life path. And that group, that had hard childhoods, not even from a family, not even like, maybe they're just like their parents really worked hard and they were left home alone, or, just things that you wouldn't think still affect people. They really, really do. And it's my understanding that those souls signed up for that life so that they could, process this and actually become like a part of the enlightened or ascended wave. So if we could send out healing energy from anybody in that group, or anybody going through a lot of harsh emotions right now, um, just to let them know they're not alone, that we've all gone, that a lot of us that are spiritual, or have received gifts, or are strong members of your church, or whatever religion, have gone through really hard times to get to that. And um, it's very hard to sometimes remember um, that those um, that uh, that those people that we had in our life, and that those people that affected us, and those situations, were actually like such great teachers to us. And even I, that like know this, like sometimes you forget, and then you slip back into the like ego blame, especially when you're exhausted. So, let's send lots of love to the people going through those really harsh times of processing emotions right now. And also to to anybody that we've all lashed at recently, or have forgiven, but just in a moment of like exhaustion or weakness, kind of was like, "Ah," because if you're still blaming, then you haven't healed. So let's just thank the people that were really in our life, to teach us those lessons. I know for me, um, what I have found is like my hugest heartbreak in my life, also brought me, like, it had to happen that way. Um, I do believe it was actually spirit guided, for my ascension. So, if you believe that God has a plan for you, if you believe in your guidance and your spirits, then you should be able to understand that these journeys that we're on are all to learn lessons. So there's really not a reason to blame anybody, but instead, your true gift is really being able to offer love and compassion, towards that person. Um, like regardless of what happened. So to my person, to my greatest teacher, I would like to say that I offer you the most love sincerely, um, even though it doesn't always come out that way because I'm a human. I'm sorry, but from my heart, I really do feel no burden or ill will. And in fact, like a lot of like tender, sweet love and want for them to be happy. So I would hope, that maybe you could meditate, and anybody you have in your life that has affected you like this, you could find that place as well, because it is very healing for you. And by showing others compassion, you can heal them as well. Because people that hurt others are hurt themselves. So how can we really blame like people for that? We should really like see that. And I almost like want to cry right now because like I'm really like feeling those hearts. And yeah, so let's just send a lot of love out to anybody that is maybe having a hard time right now, and not, you know, we're all humans. So we all don't deal with things appropriately all the time. And let's just send out, the softest love to them, because if they don't feel that from somebody, maybe the least likely person, maybe you, like, how will they ever heal? And isn't that what we want? Is like everyone to have healed relationships and trust and growth and love, and, and just peace. So I guess that's my message tonight. um, I thank my friends for showing up. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I don't know about the chat. I don't know if you can or cannot be like, um, I don't know much about it. Maybe I'll have somebody figure it out. Oh, and I just got a love message from one of my besties, from my girls. So, Professor Poss, I love you too. um, yeah. Let's see if we got anything else here from Spirit. Maybe two more. Okay. And it looks like maybe what I was just talking about, it really has to do with some of you with partnerships or new friendships, that you had in your life, um, or that you can create now. Anything else? Yeah, because that will take away the dry desert, the like lack of love that you're feeling. We get and try like as hard as you can to just keep your energy full of love. And even for me, who like is a Buddhist and meditates, that's just so hard sometimes. But if somebody's triggering you, or if somebody's able to trigger you, like it's because you still have a lot of love for them. Otherwise, it wouldn't bother you at all. So, just a little thing. Okay, and it's Epiphany. Um, if you feel like reaching out to somebody, go ahead and do it. It'll be a gift to you and them. Let me call to these. Yeah, and make peace with your past. And like I said about ascension, the magic you seek is, and the answers you seek is actually inside yourself. So, yeah. Oh, and I have for anybody who just needs like some calming. Sometimes there's actually a Zen Buddhist on YouTube. It's Thich Nhat Hahn, and just like listening to him in the background is so calming. But he is one. He's got question and answers. It's Plum Village Online. That's the YouTube channel, and you can go to his playlist. And he has like questions and answers for little kids. And I just actually like. When I was having a really hard time with emotions, went to the little kids question and answers. I don't know how I was led there. Clearly I was led there. And his words and his wisdom, just listening to them, and how to have a totally different view of other people is really helpful. So I think his things are in my playlist called Oneness. Otherwise, I will make a different playlist for him as well. I mean, I am like a kindergartner. I'm not a wise girl, so having him go through these questions and answers like with kids. Kids are often a lot more intelligent than us parents emotionally. But that was really helpful for me. So if any of you guys are having a hard time processing things and just need words, that would be a good resource. Or just talk to friends. Like I know, just like hearing from my friends, like even from a distance, is like just so helpful. All right, so I guess that's it. I get off the hook tonight, like early. I'm gonna take a bath with some crystals because I like rocks. So I wish you all the best of everything tonight, and I think I'm going to do some cusper readings because I guess there's a lack of that. But have a good night, all of you. Namaste.